Hey everybody, it's Melissa and we're at the end of the month. So as always, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 favorite fragrances for March 2023. And what's interesting about this month is I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have the same fragrances as last month. I think this is the first time that this has happened where there's no newcomers. These are the same, but the order has been different. Okay, as always, discount link, discount code for these fragrances in the comment section below. It is an affiliate link if you want to support the channel, but of course, buy where you're comfortable. In 5th place, Elysium by Raja Parfums. I believe that this has been my top fragrance, like my number 1 for the past couple months, but this month it just fell to number 5. And honestly, it's not that I'm enjoying it less, it's just that there's other scents that, you know, I've realized certain combinations smell fantastic, and I've been using that as my signature scent. So Elysium has somewhat taken a little bit of a backseat, but my love for this fragrance is still like the same as the first time that I smelled it. So what does it smell like? It smells like fruitiness, all right? It smells like a lemon pineapple cocktail on my skin. Very fun, very flirtatious. It's just something that you can daily wear whenever, wherever, all right? This fragrance is so good. I don't believe I've had a negative experience with this fragrance where I wore it and people thought it was just okay. People love this scent. The general public, the people I've been around that are not into fragrances are in love with Elysium. I believe out of all the fragrances in my collection, this is the one where people have asked me to write down the name of it the most. I've had this in my collection maybe a couple of years already, and whenever I wear it to parties, I am always asked with that question because this is just an absolute banger. Now, on top of that, performance is something to be talked about because a lot of people get piss poor performance with Elysium. I'll get comments in my comment section saying that thing only lasts for 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. And for me, I've still received compliments on Elysium 6 to 7 hours after I've applied it. So maybe it just sticks to my skin well, or maybe I apply it on clothes too. So that helps the performance like as well as, you know, spraying it on skin too. So for me, I don't get terrible performance with Elysium. It's just like any other fresh and clean fragrance for the most part, but I get it. It's a niche scent, and the price point of this is typically over $300, and for most people, they're not willing to put down the money for something like that with that sort of performance. So believe me, I understand, but I love this thing till this day. This is gonna be in my collection forever. When this bottle is done, I will be getting another bottle of Elysium because to me, it's a lifetime sort of fragrance. I know I'll still be able to wear it well when I'm in my 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. It's just something that anybody can wear, you know? So I really like that. In 4th place, Jet Black Reserve. All right, Jet Black Reserve by Michael Malone is, I don't know, I really can't explain it. It's like this sweet yet versatile fragrance. When I say sweet, it's not a gourmand. It's not like a vanilla fragrance. It's kind of, it teeters that line of like the typical modern masculine fragrances that we've all smelled before, but there is a sort of darkness to it that I personally cannot stop wanting to smell. All right, for me, I don't know what it is about this fragrance that it has me in a chokehold. Whenever I smell it on myself, I'm like, damn, I smell so good. And this is probably the most recent fragrance out of everything that I've tried recently and shared with you all that I have been consistently wearing. Because typically I'll try hundreds of scents, right? And most of them are just honestly subpar to me, where yeah, they'll be good, but I wouldn't like them, or they're not my taste at all, especially when it comes to niche fragrances. I don't find myself liking a lot of them. You know, well, I like them, but I don't love them, right? So this is one of the fragrances that came into my collection because I smelled it for the first time at this store and I was like, oh shit, that smells good, all right? It blew me away in a sense that I found it very sexy. And again, nothing challenging, but it just does the job. All of these are girlfriend approved, but really, really beautiful scent that, I don't want to say beautiful. I think the right word for this is sexy. I don't think that this is not in the beautiful tier. This is in the sexy tier, all right? And I can't even tell you what the notes are with this fragrance, y'all, because the thing is, You know what? I don't even think I've done an individual review on the scent yet. I don't think I have. I've just been wearing it. Typically, I do individual reviews. So that just reminds me I got to do that. I haven't even looked at the note breakdown of this. And that's so unlike me. Typically, when I smell something that I like, I'll look it up, kind of see what notes are in it. And I'm like, okay, I can see that. I can't see that. And that's, by the way, after I do my initial impression of it where I go in blind, right? But with this scent, I just haven't. I've just been in like La La Land. I've been on a cloud nine with Jet Black Reserve. So interesting fragrance. I definitely have to try the Enigma, or there's another one, Platinum. Those are the two that y'all have been asking me to try. And I would love to, because Jet Black Intense was a toss for me. I don't really like that fragrance. All right. In third place, Salt and Pepper by Precious Liquid. Come on, y'all. You know the deal. Look at the dent on this and Elysium. It's some serious love going on with this fragrance. It's peppery and it has ambroxan, okay? It's a fragrance that it's simple, but the quality here is really good. This is something, it doesn't smell screechy. It doesn't smell synthetic. Yes, it is a more masculine fragrance, but it's not something that is super headache inducing. It's not like your typical designer scent that you smell and you're like, okay, like it's kind of hurting my temples a little bit of how synthetic it is or how sharp it's being. This is just a very smooth, well-blended fragrance. And I myself just love wearing this, especially when I'm like running errands and stuff. And I'll be in my car. Y'all know the deal, right? You're in your car running errands. You're by yourself listening to your music and you smell good. And I'm like, damn, I love this. I'll like drop one of the windows and then this will be blowing in the air. And I'm like, this is such a good scent. And it just gives me like positive vibes. I wear this year round, but typically it's been cloudy in the morning and then sunny in the afternoon. So it's been able to do well in all types of weather environments, So this scent, this is probably, I don't want to say a hidden gem because I already talk about this so much, but in terms of the fragrance world, I find this to be a hidden gem. And I'm not just talking niche fragrances. I'm talking about in general, the people on the street, the people at your work, your crush, whoever it is that you're talking to, that you're surrounding yourself with. I guarantee you none of them know this fragrance. They don't, because it's a niche scent, but it has the mass appeal that it just has that mass appeal that when you wear it out in public, people will love it and they will ask you about it. Well, at least they did that for me, but really good. And again, I just want to put a disclaimer that this is sexy to the feminine nose. All right, if you're wearing this around a group of guys, they're probably not going to think much of it. If you're a guy that wants to try wearing this and you're by yourself, you might not think much of it. But when you are around women, this thing is just like kryptonite. It's so, so good. Makes them weak in the knees. All right, it's the second, right? Yeah. Second place, Molecula 1. Man, this thing, yeah, the dent on this bottle is going down pretty fast as well. So Molecula 1 is an ISO-E super fragrance, helps enhance other fragrances that you layer it with. Even if you wear it as an individual scent, it kind of brings out, your own skin chemistry, your own sort of unique scent. Now, some people smell cedar. Some people smell, what is it? Like pencil shavings. I've gotten those comments before. There's other people that smell like clean laundry. That's kind of what I get with this fragrance. And it's a very transparent scent, okay? And the reason why I love this is because I like the uniqueness of this fragrance. To me, this is the epitome of a signature scent, because if everyone were to wear it, people would still have their own different scent to it, and people wouldn't be able to clock that, oh, that person's wearing Molecula 1. In the same way that if everyone in the world were to wear Chanel No. 5, people could still tell that it's Chanel No. 5. Yeah, it might smell a little bit different, but for the most part, it's kind of obvious what fragrance it is. Whereas with this, it doesn't even really smell like you're wearing a fragrance, But with Molecula 1, I love that it starts to really push the more active you get. The more active and the more you move around, this fragrance will show you that it's more prominent, all right? When you're just having a leisure time, maybe watching TV, maybe working in the office, you're probably not going to pick up on the scent. But the second you go work out, you're like, oh, there it is. You know what I mean? When you're going on a walk, you're just outside, the sun's hitting you, you might smell it. Now, another disclaimer here is that not everybody smells this fragrance, all right? This scent To some people, not even detectable. Like an example of that is Gabrielle. She has tried this a couple times. She cannot smell it on herself. And even for me, I couldn't really smell it on her. No, when she applied this on her skin, I could not pick it up. So there are people that this is not going to be worth it to them because they can't smell anything. And it's all good. It's totally all good. But for me, Molecula One is just one of the easiest fragrances for me to reach for because it doesn't matter what I'm doing, it will just fit the situation perfectly. All right, like if I'm just having an office day where I'm inside just doing my work, or just having brunches, lunches, breakfasts with people, then it's gonna stay rather close to me, but I'm gonna enjoy the smell, right? But let's say they're like, oh, let's go to the beach right after, or let's go to this club or this bar right after. It's still gonna smell really good, So Molecula One, fantastic. I love this scent. And I haven't tried anything from the Eccentric line. I think they have like Eccentric 01, 02. I haven't tried that. And my number one is Molecule 02. All right, this scent right here, I believe this is the first time that Molecule 02 is my number one. It's been in my collection for a couple months now. And the reason I just put it at number one, even though the number one spot is tied essentially between Molecule 1 and 02, is because when I layer these fragrances, I typically put Molecula 1 first, right? And there's a little bit of a sharpness to it that you smell. But the second I apply Molecula 2 over it, this fragrance just does something. Now, it's an ambroxan-based scent, all right? So typically, if you want your fragrance to kind of push a little bit more, you can add some ambroxan to it, and that should help. But by itself, the ambroxan here, at least this fragrance, it doesn't really push that much. In fact, it's kind of mediocre in that regard, but it's something that the person wearing it will definitely enjoy. And typically, if you can't smell Molecula 1, a lot of people can pick up on this fragrance right here. Molecula 2 is easier to detect on the nose. But when I layer 01 and 02, it just, I really can't explain it, y'all. I can't explain it. I actually did this combination yesterday and I received a compliment almost immediately. I think I was about 2 arms lengths away and I was rocking 4 sprays with both combined. So I did 2 sprays Molecula 1 on clothes, right? I think just on near my shoulder blades. And then I hit with Molecula 2 on those same exact spots. And I received a compliment within the first 5 minutes of wearing that layering combination. But I'm trying to, it's an airy scent, but to me, there's a freshness to it. It's like, it does so many things, right? There is a freshness, but Molecule 2 also has a little bit of a touch of sweetness, a kiss of sweetness to it as well. But to me, I find the combination to be cozy and sexy. It's a fresh, yet cozy scent, but also really sexy. This is something that gets the head turning type of reaction, specifically both of them put together. I wish I can explain it more to you, but people have been going nuts on this combination when I've worn it, even myself. I tell you, because I have to drive going back and forth to these places, and when I smell this on me in the car, I'm like, damn, I am the best smelling person. It just smells so good, y'all. And again, both of these can vary depending on your skin chemistry. People have told me that even with your diet, if you have a poor diet and you're wearing fragrances that enhance your skin chemistry, it might not smell as good. So just be cautious with that. But on clothes, so good, even on skin. But lately I've been liking applying my fragrances on clothes because they last longer. And I know that I said that these are, this is meant to enhance your skin chemistry. And people think, okay, then there's no point in spraying this on clothes. For me, I've actually tested Molecula 1 where I've sprayed it on a sweater and I left the sweater on my chair or in my closet, right? And I came back a few days later just to smell it and see if there was anything. And there definitely is a smell there. So yes, you can apply these on clothes, and that should be a helpful tip for people that have, maybe rashes. They're prone to rashes and eczema and breaking out, or redness around the neck, itchiness when they spray a fragrance on skin in general. So spray it on clothes you'll be fine. But gosh, I love these 2 scents. These have just been my power players for me personally. All right, again, the discount links, discount codes for these fragrances in the comment section below for samples, bottles, global shipping. You know the deal. All right, I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.